Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who's new, I'm Leora and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video, which is gonna be this look, and I'm creating this because my kids got to choose my eyeshadow colors, and that was actually so exciting because you know what, I just tried to, we were in a restaurant and we had ordered our food and it was super boring for them to wait, and you know what, making 7 kids wait for food to come when they're hungry, it's impossible. Anyway, so we were talking and I was trying to distract them, and actually we got then to talking about my makeup and about mommy being on social media and on YouTube, and for them, as you know, I'm a total superstar, which is so charming. But anyway, they then said, oh, wouldn't it be nice if we got to choose your colors? So basically all of them got together and brainstormed what they wanted me to wear on my eyes, and this is how this look came together. So they chose dark blue, they chose what's it called, a turquoise, they chose green and purple, and yeah, and this is the look. And I'm going to use, of course you're going to see that if you keep on watching, I'm going to use this palette here, the EYN Bright Matte palette from Beauty Bay, which looks like this. And I'm going to show you obviously what I'm going to do with that in a second. And I'm also going to use the greens palette from Emby Boutique, which is such a jewel and a true treasure. So yeah, I think you can see that I'm super happy with my look, and if you're interested in how I did that and a few things that I want to share with you, then just keep on watching. Okay, my lovelies, we're ready to go, and actually I want to first show you what my kids chose for me. So as I told you already, my kids chose my makeup colors for me, and I went through my collection and I decided which palettes I want to use. So I actually went back to the EYN Bright Matte palette from Beauty Bay, which is this one. I have used that recently on my channel, even though when I tried to do the first impression on my channel here, my equipment failed me, if you remember. Anyway, so it was crazy. So today I think we're going to use these blues here, because they have chosen dark blue for me and turquoise and green, but the green I want to actually use from a different palette, which I'm going to show you in a second. So we're going to use probably some of these blues and turquoise, and for the lower lash line I think I'm going to go in for purple. And let me just show you the green, because, or actually the two greens, because these are the my two favorite greens from the Emby Boutique, the greens palette. And it is actually this one and this one. These two are my absolute favorites. So this one is also very nice. Anyway, but I think I'm gonna go for this one and this one, and I'm gonna have those on my lid because I don't want to have an all matte look. So that's why I'm pulling in this palette, and because the greens are amazing and because I love greens. So yeah, so I think that's what we're gonna do. Okay, first I think I want to go in with this very dark blue here, which is called Bobbing Along, and then we see how we bob along. All right, so let's just put that, where are we gonna put that? Well, obviously here, and I think I'm gonna drag it in just like 1/3 of the way, and then gradually get lighter with the turquoise. And then there is a very, like, it's a hybrid between a light turquoise and a light blue. I think I'm gonna show you when we get there. I think I'm gonna have that then in the inner part. So let's just press this on here, and then we see where we get. So by the way, I wanted to also tell you that when my kids asked me a couple days ago, I told them that I would actually do the look the next day because they were so excited about choosing my makeup, and then I did not, because I have actually a couple weeks ago I implemented a new thing in my routine, in my weekly routine, and that is 2 makeup-free days. Because you know what, I had an experience that actually showed me that I need to do that for myself also, but that's besides the fact, but also for my kids. So one of the experiences was that there was an evening when I took the kids to bed and I had my makeup off already, and actually my kids looked at me like, who are you? You know, and that was that was an experience where I thought, this is not good. This is not healthy that my kids don't recognize me when I'm not all made up. So that was one thing. And then I also thought that it is so super important, also especially for my girls, for my older ones, my first set of twins who are twin girls, and they are now they're gonna be 9 in November. So they're growing up slowly, and they are, you know, they have more awareness of them being girls and wanting to play with makeup themselves, and obviously they get everything I declutter. And I thought it is so important for them to see me without makeup once in a while, you know. So what I'm gonna do now is, or what I have been doing now for the last probably 3-4 weeks, is that Fridays and Saturdays I wear no makeup. Which is maybe weird for some people, because some people would think, well, especially for Shabbat, for the weekend, you should make up yourself and you should be super pretty. But you know what? I'm super pretty without makeup too. And I love the feeling of not wearing makeup on those days and of being able to touch my face. I love to touch my face. I really do, because I never get to do that, you know. I love to just touch myself, or yeah, that sounds so bad. You know what I mean. Anyway, so I think placement wise, this is more or less what I want to do before I get myself here in hot water. All right, so that is that, and I really do feel that my kids, now that they have gotten used to me being without makeup once in a while, that it is actually good and healthy for them, and that also that people don't even see it, you know. Like yesterday we had a visitor, a surprise visitor, a friend of my husband came by, and he maybe he just pretended not to see it, and I felt very self-conscious that I was not wearing makeup, and he knows that, you know, I'm modeling and all of that, but but let's face it, all of the models that you see anywhere, when you see them without makeup, they look exactly like everybody else. So it's really just the makeup. Anyway, so next I think I'm gonna take a different brush, and I'm gonna go into this turquoise right here, which is called Sea Mist, and this is actually the hybrid that I spoke about. It's like a hybrid between turquoise and light blue, and this is what I'm going to put at the very center, at the very inner corner of my crease. So let's just do that. Let's see how fast we can we can be a peacock. I do think now I'm seeing these colors next to each other, and it is not really a surprise that these colors go well together. Obviously they do, but they are so made for each other. It's really beautiful, I think. Plus they really do blend beautifully into each other, and again, the payment, payoff, the payment. Yeah, the payment from Beauty Bay. I'd like to have one. No, the payoff of this palette, of the pigment, wow, you know what I mean, is actually really nice. I think you can see that the colors really pop nicely, so I really do love this. Alright, so this is again just the placement. I'll do a lot of blending then still, but placement wise I think I'm going back and forth between my mirrors here, because I told you in a different video that it is really helpful to have a magnifying mirror and then also a mirror that is a little bit further away, because sometimes if you're just looking into a magnifying mirror, it can distort the whole thing a little bit. So it's good to check once in a while in a normal mirror, which I have right here. So I think more or less the placement is okay. And now I think I'm going to go in, I'm going to take a smaller brush, because obviously the area is smaller. And I'm going to take this light shade that I showed you before. It's called Daydream. And I'm just going to press that here in the inner corner and down like this. So far, all of the eyeshadows that I've used from this palette have performed beautifully. Though I do not recommend, and I mentioned that in my other video where I had my first impression, sort of, the first impression gone south. That you cannot use fluffy brushes. I don't believe that like super fluffy brushes with windshield wiper motions. I don't think that this is the kind of palette that you want to do that. But you see, I think you see that this palette really performs well. Loving it. Okay, now that I have all of them placed the way I want them to be, I'm just going to go back into the dark blue with the same brush that I used for that, and I'm just going to dab it over the edge between the turquoise and the dark blue. I'm not going to swipe or things like this. I'm just going to dab and then just blend the edges here. Okay, I took the light blue a little bit upwards also to blend out the turquoise, and now, so I don't lose the turquoise itself, I'm going to go in with that same brush that I used for the turquoise, and I'm just going to pack it into the crease a little bit more. So what I was going to say before when I went off on a tangent was that my kids were actually really excited about me doing it, and they were putting on those colors, and they were a little bit disappointed that for 2 days I didn't go and do it, and then I'm talking like crazy today. Anyway, so and then last night they said, "Mommy, when are you finally putting on the turquoise colors, the peacock colors?" And I said to them, tomorrow. Don't worry, it's happening. It is. So actually, it is really nice. I love this. Okay, so what I did now was that I just dabbed the light blue a little bit above that turquoise in order to blend that out towards the top. And then I think I'm just going to just blend out the blue a tiny little bit, the dark blue, without the light blue, and just, you know, swiping it a little bit. But the dark blues are a little bit harder to blend on their own, so we have to see so we don't muddy them up. But in general, I think this is starting to look really nice already. Okay, my lovelies, I think I've blended enough. I think I actually pulled in one more blue in order to blend between the darkest blue and the turquoise, and I pulled in this one, which is called the Pacific Dreams, and I think that helped a little bit. And then for blending it out towards the top, in order to not use more of that light blue shade, I just used this bone color shade, which is called Nothing Else. So that's what I did. And now actually I had another idea. And I just dipped my hand into the black. Why would I do that? Alright, so in order to use those greens from Emby Boutique and be like extra special, I think I would want to put them on top of yellow. So I think I'm just going to put like a thinner layer, like not really packing it on, but a thin layer of the yellow. This one here, and that is called Hello Sunshine, and this is actually the yellow that I also used in my last look where I tried to have a first impression. And I'm just gonna pack this on here. Did I just say thin layer? Ugh, in my life there are no thin layers, let's just face it. Okay, so I am just going to put this on, and then on top of that I'm going to put those greens. And it's not like those greens are not opaque, they are very opaque, but I think if there's like a faint yellow shimmer coming through, that could be really cool. So let's just do this. So right now it looks like a day at the beach with like sand and the seawater, but okay, so I'm not super precise right now. I'm just packing this on. And then what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to use some glitter glue or something to make the base tacky again. And then I'm going to put the shades from Emby Boutique over that. I hope I'm not going to regret this, but I just suddenly thought that that might be so cool if there would be like a yellow glimmer shining through. So we shall see if that was a good idea or not. But I've worked with those green shades already, so I know they're good. Yeah, so let me just put on, what am I doing? I'm gonna take the NYX glitter glue, this one, I don't know. Is the focus? I don't know. I need a bigger monitor. I have no idea what is in focus and what not. Can't see myself. Alright, so I'm just gonna put on some glitter glue over the yellow, just dabbing it over that. And then we shall see. Okay, moment of truth. I'm gonna go into that first green shade here that I showed you before, this one. And I am spraying my brush. And then we shall see. I hope that was a good idea. I hope I didn't just ruin it. But I can always tell my kids that this was the plan. Alright, let's just put that here. Alright, I think I don't want to go further with that light green than this. Just keep it right here in the inner third, so I still have enough room for the other green shade. Ah, this is so nice. Okay, so this is the moment when Leora gets excited about the look. Dangerous moment. Okay, next I'm going to use this shade here, this one. Oh, I wish I had names. I know all those shadows have names, but I don't know them, obviously. So I wish I could call them by name. It's like, you know, when you have a kid, or when you have a lot of kids like me, and you just can say to them, hey you, come over, instead of Thomas, come over, you know? So I would love to call you by your name. Colors is just, I don't know, colors is magic. I love colors. Alright, so let's just put this one on here in the middle. I think my brush was a little bit too wet right now. So we just have to pack this on now here. Maybe I should even pull in one more darker green. Maybe I will. Let's just finish off the other eye here, and then I'll make a decision on maybe one more green. Okay, because I did wet my brush too much and the shadow didn't like that. So that was really my fault. So I just used my fingers to bring this shadow, the second one, back on, and it comes on in full force. It's unbelievable. It's like, wow, Leora, what did you do? It's too much, it's too much, but let's face it, it's not gonna be too much. Alright, so I'm just pressing this on. Oh man, my kids are gonna love this. Alright, so I'm just dragging here with my finger over the edge between the light green and this medium green. And I think next I'm going to just choose one more green and have a tiny sliver of that here where the green meets the blue. And I think it should be a green that has a little bit more blue content. Okay, so I think the shade with the most blue content in the palette is actually this one. So I'm gonna take, should I do this with my finger? This is gonna be so pigmented. Okay, so I'm trying to go in. Do I have wrinkles in my fingers? What is that? Oh, girls. All right, so I'm going to be really, really careful with this one. And I'm just going to sort of smudge it here into that corner between the blue and the medium green. And I think this is really cool. Okay, so this is how it looks so far. I'm super excited about the look. I cannot wait to have eyeliner and all of that on, because that's gonna so add to the look. And for the lower lash line, and that I'm just gonna do after I've put on my foundation, I'm gonna do purple, because I promised my kids that there should be purple because it's a peacock look, right? So I'm gonna do all of that, and then I'm gonna come back and then we'll do the lower lash line, okay? Okay, my lovelies, I've done my foundation and my contour and all of that. I'll tell you what I did exactly later and what I used. Okay, so now I think we are ready to actually go in and do the lower lash line. As you can see, I put a blue eyeliner pencil on, and now I think I want to use this one. This is the one shade of the purples that speaks to me the most, and that is called Purple Power. so fitting. And I think that's what I'm gonna put right under the blue and then maybe blend it out with this. So let's just see. Let's try that. Let's go in with the purple power first. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a pencil brush. And I'm shaking it off a little bit because I don't want my foundation to suffer now. And I'm gonna place this dark purple right under the blue eyeliner. Okay, so this is how it's looking for now, and now I'm gonna go in that lighter shade. I wish there would be one that is a tiny little bit lighter than this one, but this is the lightest one, and this is Living for the Lavender. And I'm gonna take yet another brush. My brush use per look is absolutely not normal. It's like 20 brushes every single day, and you know what? I clean them every time. I do not ever sit down here not having clean brushes. So that's a lot of washing brushes every day. All right, so I'm taking this Living for the Lavender and I'm just placing it on top of the purple power and dragging it down like this. Okay, now I'm just going to blend this with a fluffy brush. Just sort of smudge it like this. And I think then we are basically done. I just want to do something about my inner corner, and for that I'm going to go back into the Emby Boutique palette in 1 second. Like this. Okay, something like this. Okay, now we're gonna go back into the Emby Boutique palette, and I think I'm gonna use this one, which is a white. It is sort of like a white shade, but it has a green shift, and maybe I'm gonna mix it with this one. So let's just see. I'm gonna start out just using the white one, and in case I don't like it in combination with those colors, then I'm just going to put that minty one on top. Let's just put this one on. Oh no, that is nice. That's nice. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but it totally has a green shift to it. And I did not spray my brush. I just took it the way it is in the palette, and you can see that it is super nice and buildable. And super beautiful for the inner corner, absolutely. Okay, this is how it's gonna look. I'm just gonna put on some mascara and find something for my lips and put on my falsies, and then I'm gonna come back with the finished look. What are we thinking? I must say I'm totally ecstatic about the look. I'm so happy my kids chose those colors. I'm so happy. Okay, so girls, all right, let's just zoom out a little bit. Maybe like this, maybe a little bit less. Maybe something like this. All right, let's just go over what we did. Of course, you saw what I did with the Beauty Bay palette, and listen, this palette is good. It is good, and it was $20. Unbelievable! It is so good. All right, so we used this color, this color, this color, and this color, and from the purples we used this one and this one. And as I told you, I also used that bone color shade just to blend out the blue towards the top, and all of the colors that I used are good, all of them. So yes, I did not use any of the pinks yet so far. This whole row, besides the white and the bone color, excuse me, I haven't used, and most of the purples except those two I haven't used, but everything that I did use so far in the 2 looks that I've created, amazing, and I use a lot of colors per look. So that was that. Then of course we used 3 shades from the, no, 4 shades. Was it 4? I think it was 4. Yes, it was 4 from the Emby Boutique palette, which is this one and this one and this one. And then for the inner corner we used the white with the green shift, and absolutely stunning. I think you saw when I then used my finger to put on, to dab on the colors, it was absolutely beyond. The opacity was like I couldn't almost not handle it. It was so good and so much, and it's just so me that like I can't even say. So I love this palette so much. It performs so super well, and I'm so glad that I have this, because you know what, to pair it up with an all matte palette like the Beauty Bay palette that we use today, it is magic. It is magic. It is so good. You know, it used to be a problem for me to have a palette that is just like shimmery or metallics or whatever, because I always thought, what am I going to do with this? But if you have a palette where you can use the mattes and then pull something like this in, that is just, why not? It is so good. It gives you so many options. It's amazing. Okay, then I wanted to show you also, because we are already working with Beauty Bay today, I wanted to also show you the highlighter that I used, and I think I used that recently in one of my looks too. It's the, what's it called? Living My Best Light Ethereal highlighter palette, and I used this shade here, which is a white purplish kind of a shade. Don't know if it comes across. And then for blush, I actually used something new, and I wanted to show you, and especially my local audience in Israel, because everybody else will probably not be able to get this. I bought 3 baked blushes from Beauty Care. And Beauty Care is also a very affordable brand here in Israel, and they have a lot of stuff that is not good, but the baked blushes are so good. So this one here is actually a very special color. I don't know if it comes across. It's like a bronze with a silver kind of, but it's not a true silver. It leans towards like a very light lavender. And yeah, so that is what I use today. And usually I do not use colors that are more like a bronzer than anything else, but I think it is really nice. And let me just show you the other 2 that they have. There is one that is like a terracotta. Ugh, they open, like it's hard to open them. This is like a terracotta gold kind of a blush. And then the third one they have that I also really like is this one. It's like a gold pinkish lavender kind of a shade. It's really pretty. They're normal blushes, like the powder blushes. I don't think they're so good. I don't like their eyeshadows. I don't like a lot of things they have, but foundation, forget about it. Yes. But but those baked blushes are really nice. So anyway, so just wanted to show you this. Then for bronzer, I used my MAC bronzer, which is also really well loved. And I don't have a lot of bronzers. I have 3 bronzers, and all of them I really do love. So this one is the Golden Rinse from MAC, and actually I bought that a year ago for my 39th birthday. That was a gift to myself on my 39th birthday, so I'm still using it, and I do not hit pan yet. So anyway, I do not invest a lot in bronzers, because bronzers is, I use them, but my passion lies obviously elsewhere. All right, and then for my lips, I used this little tiny lipstick from Colourpop. It's an ultra matte lip in the shade Take a Pixie, and I got that when Colourpop shipped all my single eyeshadows to me. So they threw that in, and I just tried it, and I'm not too crazy about matte lips, as you know, but this one is actually pretty nice, and I'm also excited about the shade that they chose, and also that it's not bleeding. So let's see. I mean, I just put it on like 10 minutes ago, but I'm pretty excited about this, so I'm going to be watching this, and if this performs well with me and with my aging condition, don't hate me for this. I'm turning 40. I just have to make fun a little bit of myself. So anyway, so if this performs well and keeps performing well, I might look into getting more of those, because you know, it's really nice. All right, lashes, as always, I'm using my Sakara lashes, Fabulash. They're called Fabulash. Sakara, also a local, very affordable brand in the shape or the size, or no, how is it called? In the style 19. They only have numbers. And for mascara, I used my Get Big Lashes mascara from Essence. And for my eyeliner here, I used a eyeliner pencil from Wow and Wow Cosmetics, and it's just they don't have numbers. They don't have numbers, they don't have names. I don't get it. It's just a very nice blue, like a royal blue kind of a highlighter, eyeliner, sorry. Phew. So, all right, I think this is it. I think we've made it through. I'm excited to wake up my kids now and show them the look. I'm sure they're gonna love it. I love it. So let me know what you think. If you're new here, then please feel free to subscribe to my channel. And yeah, and leave your comments and questions and whatever down in the comment section. Feel free to check out the description box with all of that, with all of the information about me. And besides that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you did so, and come back for my next one, which is going to be super soon. And I love to have you here. Looking forward to having you. And up until then, hugs and kisses. Bye.